What are you looking for? Good
Children.
evening and welcome to Girlfriend Minute. I am Shar.
And I'm Pascal.
How are you this Friday evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay, 2 minutes before midnight.
I know. A regularly scheduled
It'll
program.
right.
Good old times. Yeah.
How was your work week?
It was busy. It was good. I had a lot of running around to do as far as doctor appointments and things like that go. So, and then plus we have a wedding coming up next week, and it's like trying to get your dress and prep. And Lebanese people don't do it half-assed. So of course, you got to go to the nines with that stuff.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I think I'm a little bit over it.
Well, I when I get invited to a wedding, I'm like, why?
Yeah, I know.
Baby shower, why? Bridal shower, no.
Yeah. Well, it's one of my cousins, and he's one of the younger cousins, and so
You have
my
no
mom,
choice.
I have no choice. My mother loved him to death, and um, I want to be there to represent her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely. I mean, I
so
always go. I just whine the whole time, buying the
I
dress,
know.
getting dressed, getting there. Then I
Well, I
smile and
think,
buy.
yeah, I think that's the thing is just the getting ready part.
Yeah.
But I'll leave here like Thursday night after I get off of work. I'll drive down to Philly. I'm gonna stay with my sister because she has a Airbnb, and I'm gonna take my dad with me as well. I bought him a suit today. I decked him all out.
Aw.
He lost a lot of weight, so a lot of the suits that he has in his closet just
Don't
aren't gonna
fit.
cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, I don't need any of that. I have all that at home. I said, no, Dad, we're going to get you a new suit. You deserve it.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does.
He
So
does.
I got him the shoes and the shirt and the belt and the tie and the whole suit. And he's
Aw.
all set now. So, oh, and the socks.
Yeah,
Can't
fun with the
forget the
socks.
socks. Yes.
You can't forget the socks. So,
No. And believe
yeah.
it or not, they fit him to a T. And I just guessed. Like I
Did you
just looked at
really?
him and I just guessed at like what to pick.
Wow.
So I was like, "Hey, let's go." And he's like, "Yeah, they fit me." So he said, "Wow, you know." I'm like, "Well, I just guessed." I don't know
Right.
if I know, I just guessed.
I got lucky.
I
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
lucky. Yeah, but he deserves it. And I talked to some of my family at home. There's a lot of bombing going on in Lebanon right now.
Yeah.
So uh they're bombing around them. People are afraid, obviously. What are you going to do? But at least I got to talk to my family and they're okay for now. So I just keep
Well,
talking to them in the next couple of weeks until at least some kind of ceasefire prevails.
oh, good grief.
If there will be one, I don't know. So, um, and CBS News 21 over here decided to interview me today
Oh, for what?
for the war. They wanted to get somebody's perspective because they're
Really?
Lebanese. Yeah. So
Yeah.
they did that. They were mainly asking about family and stuff like that. And I told them like I was born there. I lived there till I was a certain age. Then we moved to the United States. So
And then
I
you met
love
your
both
best
of my
friend at
countries.
Anona Elementary, and you.
Exact. And here we are doing a
You're
podcast together.
right.
Who knew?
Well, I didn't want you to leave out any details. So.
No, of course not. I didn't. But unfortunately, they didn't put all those details on me. They just put the details that, I was talking to my family
No. Yeah.
there and there's
Yeah.
bombing around them. But yeah, other than that,
Well,
that's
it's like my
about it really.
esthetician and her family in the Ukraine. They have
Yeah.
war. She can't get them to leave. She keeps offering to rent them an apartment in Poland. She's like, even just for like 3 months, it's cheap just to get you out and give you a break.
Yeah.
And they're not doing it.
Well, when you're dedicated to your country, you're dedicated. So,
I know, but is it really worth getting bombed? I don't know. You can go
well,
back.
well,
She's
here's the
just like
thing.
3 months.
At least they have her that they'll be able to she'll be able to at least sustain them for 3 months, 4 months, whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Some people in Lebanon, they don't even have anything because, the government was so corrupt that they took all their money to begin with, and now people are kind of even just struggling to eat sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very hard. How are you going to uproot your whole entire life
I know.
and go somewhere, and then you come
Most
back and your house is bombed?
any destruction,
Yeah.
how do
Yeah.
you have to sometimes though, but
Yeah.
she's been trying for over a year, pretty much since it started actually,
Sure.
to get them out, just to give them a break and stuff. And they'll meet her halfway, like in Switzerland or something. They met her for her birthday and stuff, but
They go back.
they're not, they have no
They're
desire to be
not
anywhere but
budging.
home.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
no.
And I get it. I get it. And your home is your home, no matter where it is. So,
True.
yeah.
True. It's like
Yeah.
me, people are like, how do you live with those hurricanes? Well, it's not like we have one a day. You
Right.
track them, and if you have to leave, you leave, and you come back to whatever you come back with, knowing what you could come back to. So, I
Right.
mean,
Whether,
it
like
is
you
what it
said,
is.
whether it's destruction or whether your house is still standing. So,
It is what it is.
yeah. Yeah.
You
It's
know?
unfortunate. What are you
Yeah.
going to do? That's life, though. It's
It
reality. So,
is. It
yeah.
definitely is. It definitely is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I think since we talked last, I have a new addition to my family. I don't think that I said anything about that yet.
I'm not sure. How old
I
is
don't
he now?
remember. He's
I
like a
think we talked
week.
about it.
Did we? He's a little bit a week old. He was born on a Sunday. Oh, maybe we did talk about it. I think so.
He's going to be 2
It's
weeks.
been a little over 2. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. He will be 2 weeks.
Come on, Grandma. I'm all the way
Oh
down
my
here.
God, I'm tired. Listen, I'm tired. Yeah, Sunday he'll be 2 weeks.
I'm tired too.
Yeah, you're right. He will be 2 weeks on Sunday.
Yeah. See, I'm keeping track.
Yeah, I just saw him today. He is so cute.
Oh,
Oh my God.
yeah.
His little chubby cheeks of his. And his name is Mr. Killian.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I love him to death.
Oh, how can you not?
I know. I know. Babies are so great. And they're so great when you give them back.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Right now, it's wonderful. You play with them for that little bit of time and you love them and coo them and kiss them. But yeah, have a great evening.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Don't
the
I
best
know
part.
it, sister?
Yeah.
Don't I know it?
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's it, really.
So,
Nothing else new on this side. I know you guys are still struggling to, not you in particular, but over there's a lot of people struggling to get back to their homes after the hurricane. So
that's
I hope
not happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, there are restaurants that are barely standing, restaurants that have stood for years. I mean, it's
Oh,
total.
man.
And can you imagine if it was a direct hit? I mean, like seriously, that was just it's skirting along.
Yeah.
The center of the eye.
Yeah.
And from the middle
Mm-hmm.
to land, Florida, was 90 miles.
Yeah.
90 miles away. And she destroyed everything.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe that?
For miles.
Yeah. That powerful.
Remember Marty Steele?
Yeah.
You know what he did? He's all over the news. He's made national news. He stayed at his house. He lives on the beach, and he heard cries for help in the middle of the night during the storm, and he got on a surfboard, and he went out, and he saved like 12 people.
Oh, get the heck out of here.
It's on Facebook. It's all over.
Good for him. I don't think I even have him on my Facebook.
He's not on my Facebook. I see everyone else posting him. He grew up in my neighborhood on Indian Rocks Beach. He lived in those little Bob's cottages there by closer to right off of 7th Avenue. They're really old, and they've been called a million names, and they're different colors, and they're very bright colored. And him and his half brother or stepbrother Troy lived in it, and lived in them with his mom and whatnot. So Marty grew up just a few blocks from my house. We all grew up together. So he still lives on the beach, and he just heard cries for help, and he got his surfboard and started paddling to find them.
Yeah, I know he's a big surfer, and he was a skater in high school. I know that. And I talked to him a couple of times in high school, but nothing much. But good for him.
Yeah, I mean, we all used to hang out at one time in middle school, but I mean, he wouldn't know me from Adam now. I mean, it's not someone I stayed in touch with or I know, or it just
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it
good for
just,
him. 12 people. That
and he
says a
just,
lot.
he just heard them. Here, I'll send it to you. He just heard them, and he just
Yeah.
did it. He didn't want fame. He wasn't looking for fame. He was just looking to help people.
Yeah. What a great way to help them.
Yeah, so
You
it's,
saved their life.
yeah, you know, and he just, yeah,
No,
just
that's
crazy.
awesome though. That is great.
Yeah, he did the right thing here. This is what he really looks like now. There you go. So yeah, so
So that, oh, there we go. Okay.
mhm.
Okay. He doesn't look too far. His hair is cut short.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marty Thomas rescued more. They put in Marty Thomas. Hey,
Yeah.
that's freaking awesome. See, it's a good thing that you know how to do how to ride your surf. Well, how to surf in general, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's awesome. That's good. I'm very proud of him.
yeah.
That is great. What a great way to help someone.
Yeah. He did a great thing. It's not even a nice
Yeah.
thing. So, you know, kudos to him. Just doing what's right.
And that's good. At least
Yeah.
everybody was able to be saved who he could save.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Good
yeah.
for him.
Yeah. It was neat. It's like, oh, I
Yeah.
went to school with him. I know him. We were in the same neighborhood. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Many, many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
anyways, so that's that. So that's gonna be going on for quite a while, and I guess we have another storm coming this way, so that's going to, you know, please everyone and
Ugh,
make
God, I
things,
hope not.
worse. I mean, I drove the beach the other night.
Did you?
Just a small section of it. I actually would like to go down to my old beach, but I mean, the piles of sand were I,
Tremendous. I saw them. I saw them on Facebook. There's no explanation. I
I
saw the
mean,
ones in Clearwater.
they're almost
Like,
as tall, stacked as high as some of the
yeah.
palm trees in the lot they were on. The trash, the debris, people's lives just sitting on the curb,
Hmm.
just
Yeah, it's so sad. It's very sad.
yeah. And
Like,
I took Ozzy was with me. It was Tuesday, and I'm like, and I put the window down. I said, now look at all the stuff up. And he's looking out the window as we come, So
oh my God. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. But
Yeah,
so
I saw the destruction on Facebook. I was looking and they posted like different beaches and different areas and I was like, "Oh my God, that's so sad." It really
I mean,
is. It's so
it's,
sad.
but when you see it in person, the pictures don't do it justice.
I'm
Justice. When
sure.
you're standing there or you're driving through it, you're just like, oh my
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
God,
And then you wonder how are they gonna get all of this cleaned up ever? It's so hard.
that sand.
Yeah. It's
Where are you gonna put that?
yeah. Yeah.
It is kind of contaminated. I mean, they're using trucks driving over it. It blew in. There was oil on the roads. Whatever spilled anywhere, chemicals.
Yeah, it is
With a hurricane, I'm
contaminated.
sure many chemicals, spilled out of garages and stuff. I mean, I just, you want people to go lay on this? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no. I wonder what they do with that. I
I
really
have no
do.
idea. I don't know if
I
there's a way to
really
process it. I mean, you're talking
tons and tons,
tons.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I just
Yeah.
have no idea what that would be. Just, I
That's the
mean,
interesting thing to find out. Maybe one of these days I'll look it up and see what happens to the sand when a storm comes in.
yeah, I mean, it just, nothing like it. So,
I know here like they siphon the when we get a blizzard and we get
hmm
snow that's like over our head. I know they come in with these trucks that kind of suck it all in. They're like big snow blowers,
hmm
okay? And they run it with the trucks, but they siphon it into the truck and
hmm
then it goes out. to they don't throw it in the river or anything, but it goes out where it then gets melted and, done with, because even that's all filled with gravel and whatever was
They're
on the
dirt. It's
street, and the
dirty. Yeah.
dirt, yeah, it's
Hmm.
dirty. So they're not going to throw it right back into the river. That doesn't even make sense. But
Yeah. Well, they do a lot of
that's,
things that don't make sense. So
I know. Well, they could, but
yeah. Yeah. So,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
here we are. So,
yeah. Well, God bless everybody over there who's dealing with that. I hope that they find comfort soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
At some point you just have to. One of my friends, she lost everything, and she's just like, you have to laugh. You have to find the humor in things.
Mm-hmm.
You need that break. You're looking
Yeah.
at all this work and it's overwhelming. It is amazing how quickly people have had their walls removed
Yeah.
and they're getting it done. So I've been there, done that. That's not
Mm-hmm.
that's not an easy process.
No, it's
It's
not.
definitely not enjoyable and it's hard to live in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We had our basement done because it got flooded. So I know we had to
Yeah.
tear out like at least 4 feet
Yeah.
up and tear
Yep.
that up and dry it and spray it and blah 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 and blah blah
Yep.
blah, and then you gotta wait. It's the waiting game. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I know it's like people nowadays are like getting RVs and putting them in the driveway. I'm like, when we did it, we just moved around everything. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I think I can lay and sleep over here, and the refrigerator's over here. Well, we got to get a new refrigerator because apparently those float. And then you
Yeah.
got to get,
Yeah.
yeah, where's the silverware? Some in the drawer somewhere, where's the drawer? Because the kitchen's gone. So you got to find the drawer that you
Exactly.
took it out of. It's like,
Exactly.
so,
Yeah.
we didn't do that. We lived in the house while it was being. So
Yeah. It's rough.
it is what it is. You do what you got to do. It's
Yeah.
temporary and this too shall pass.
Absolutely. Got to get
So.
back on your feet.
I was 19 when that happened, so I lost some things that I was upset about, but definitely as I'm older now, like people forgot about pictures and stuff they had stored in like under their bed and stuff. So now I have everything in photo boxes. I'm actually thinking about just buying a plastic container to put the photo boxes in. So if there's a
Oh
storm
yeah.
coming that's a direct hit and I have to get out there just in a plastic
Grab it.
container together,
Yep.
already in their photo boxes, and it's just easier.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
I'm taking away little things. I'm 2 minutes from the beach. I would need a tsunami to hit me. It's a
Yeah.
flood, I believe. That's a horrible thing to say. I am 64 feet above sea level, even though I'm 2 minutes from Gulf Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it, the 8 feet that they were getting, 5 to 8 feet, the
Mm-hmm.
8 feet being the highest, that's the highest it's ever been here. So I'm
Yeah.
64 feet. So I would need like an active,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
sure you need
you,
a
you
lot.
know,
Yeah.
it's the wind and stuff and how bad the wind is that it would take out windows and come through the house and
Right.
rain in
Right.
and flood that way and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And all the trees around and
and all the trees that cover my house, because I'm laying there and limbs hit the roof and you hear thump, 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 thump as they roll
yes.
down, I'm like,
Yes.
there goes
You're
another one.
like, please don't fall on my house.
Yeah. So, yeah. So,
Yeah.
this too shall pass. And,
Yes. Yes.
I
And
still live on the
everybody.
beach if I could. If I could afford
Oh
it, I'd live
yeah.
there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I
So,
would love it.
you know,
Yeah.
people are like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, it's a
Well,
choice.
that's what it is. Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a
choice.
choice, and that's the consequences sometimes that happens with that choice,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Wherever you go, there's weather. It just depends on what you want. Do you want to go to
Correct.
California and have shaky, or,
Yeah. Or do you want to go to Tennessee and have Tornado Alley or
right?
Kentucky?
Yeah, right. I mean, you have your
Yeah.
choices, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
We
Yeah.
rarely get that. Or you want to come up here and have a blizzard every now and then. So it's up to you.
Right. So
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it will get better. Everyone will rebuild.
It's
It will
gonna
be
take
better.
time. Yeah.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah. You just got to keep
But you
working
can
at
send
it.
your
That's all.
donations. They take cash. They're taking cases of water, toilet paper, all that.
Right.
Bunch of stations set up, people dropping off and delivering for
Oh,
people
that's
in
great.
need. So
Yeah. That's
talk
good.
about making the community come together. This is that case. And I
Mm-hmm.
know the Carolinas and all them suffered greatly. I know everyone suffered.
Yeah, they did too.
She
Yeah.
she came along and she did a big path of destruction. So
She sure did. Yep. She sure did.
yeah.
God bless everyone. So what are you
Oh
gonna do?
yeah.
What do you got for us this week?
I asked a question. What do you wish people knew about you? So, Miss Pascal, what do you wish people knew about you?
I wish people knew that I also have feelings as well.
Right?
Yes, that I'm not always the
So
problem
tough.
solver and the nice person
Mm-hmm.
and so tough and everything. I just wish
I just,
sometimes people
yeah,
would come and be like, "Do you need a hug today?"
yeah.
Or just give me one without asking, you know? That's what I wish people would know about me. It's hard. It's hard when you're the person that everybody comes to because they have a problem. Like this past week, I had a guy that I was working with a long time ago. He's in between jobs right now. He doesn't have a lot of money. Mind you, I don't have a lot of money either. I mean, having a
Yeah.
business doesn't make you have a lot of
No,
money. So,
no.
um, and I'm living, as best as I can right now. And he comes in and he's down and out and he doesn't have this and he doesn't have that and he's young. He's like in his 20s,
Yeah.
and he's like, can I borrow a 20 or can I borrow this or can I borrow? And it's like, okay, no problem. Like I'll give you a 20. Like what's the problem? And he's already found another job. Hopefully he'll get it. But it's like once you do it once, like they think
It's expected every
it's
time.
expected all the time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't, after a while, I stop answering the phone. And it's not because I'm being a bitch. It's just because, like, sometimes I cannot take that either. I'm not here to problem solve everybody. I
Mm-hmm.
have emotions that I go through on a daily basis, but
Mm-hmm.
nobody
I have a
knows.
book for you.
Oh, do you? I like your book. Send it on
I'm
over.
giving them
Tell
out
me.
lately.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of women deal with this.
Yeah.
I deal with it too. In my home too. I feel like I'm not appreciated. I feel like I am taken advantage and things are just expected of me. I'm expected to fix everything. I get text messages if something's missing about something I didn't even know existed or was where or where it was or who had it
Mm-hmm.
last or who looked at it or, and then the accusations start flying. I'm like, y'all, I'm
Yeah,
just about done. Um, because I didn't sign up for any of this. So,
exactly.
life is too short and I have no desire to do it anymore. Not life, but the shit, the shit
Yeah,
show.
no, exactly. It gets
You know,
tiring after a while because nobody calls and says, "Hey, how you feeling? Are you feeling
correct,
okay today? Is
correct,
there anything I can do for you?"
correct.
Yeah. So,
I don't get that at all. Uh, no one really checks on me,
yeah.
and I'm not looking for sympathy or pity. It's just you realize who's who in your life.
Yeah.
They're going to show you. Um, yeah, it's just kind of a shit show. And then work's
It
kind of a shit
is.
show. And I'm babysitting people there too. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm just like,
Yeah, welcome to my world.
I'm definitely not paid enough for this.
Yeah.
And these women are 15 to 20 years older than me. So we're going to have a problem.
Yeah. They don't
I
know what's
mean,
coming.
why? What's coming?
Tornado Shar.
Right?
Tornado Shar is coming through the building.
When Char has had enough and everyone acts like, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't do my job. I have a hair appointment. I just can't.
Oh, they need to go on Saturday Night Live
I just
with that
can't.
crap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I just, you know,
Yeah. Yeah. I, on my end, I want people to ask me how I'm feeling because, yeah, sometimes I feel sad, I feel happy, I feel angry, I feel whatever it is. And I'm not saying that I don't have people around me that do that. I do have people around me that do that, and I thank God for them every day.
yeah,
And as a matter of fact, I was going through some things, in the past couple of weeks or whatever, and believe it or not, I am so blessed to have the people who are around me to help me through it. Like I I have no words for it, to be honest. Like they literally made me cry because everybody came together,
yeah,
to do this one specific task.
yeah,
And I just at night when I laid my head down, I just prayed and I was like, thank you, God, for giving me and putting these people in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's hard to come by,
it is. It
you
is.
know.
It is
It's
hard to
hard to
come
come
by.
by, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah.
I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. You know, we play tough. We kind of have to because we're kind of in charge of everything. Or we end up, everything falls in our lap, is what I should
Yes.
say. But this is why I cry in the shower. You can't tell.
Yeah, I know. Me
I
too.
recommend it, you know. And when it's just draining to feel
It
like you're
is very
used all the
draining, isn't
time.
it? Yes.
To feel
It
like
is
you're
very
used all the
draining.
time, you know.
Yeah,
It's
it
very
is very draining.
draining.
Yes,
So,
I agree. I
you
agree.
know, I get it,
Yeah.
you know. So, I feel you. So,
Yeah.
but, you know, what are you going to do?
Nothing. We just take it with a grain of salt and keep
Salt and
going.
keep going. That's what we
Yeah.
do, you know. I mean, it's what we do.
Yeah.
So, I had several responses. One from a coworker. She's a riot. In my case, it's what I'm glad people do not know about me. Shh.
Well, I have some of that too.
Yeah, she does too.
Okay.
Her and I have talked. She does too.
Yeah.
Someone we went to school with wrote, I have an overactive sense of needing to know the truth. People think I'm calling them out when I respond to something they say that isn't the truth. I think everyone else wants the truth too. I offend people with my fact checking. I'm learning people don't care about the truth, and I have a hard time dealing with that.
Aw.
So, yeah, we went to school with her,
Uh-huh.
and here's the deal with the fact checking on Facebook. It's all political
Yes.
because I know what's going on not only on Facebook but behind the scenes. And it is fine to have your opinion.
Of course.
It is fine to vote the way you want to vote.
Mm-hmm.
It is fine to have your beliefs, religion, all of that, whatever. What is not fine is to shove your beliefs that you consider truths down other people's throats
That's correct. And I
on
agree
either
with you.
side of anything.
Yeah, I
You
agree with
know,
you on that. That's what
you're,
I hate the most.
yeah, you're not going to change somebody. When they play stupid, I do think they're playing stupid. I think they're
Yes.
just engaging you.
Yeah, they're just egging you on to see how you're responding, how you're going to
Yeah.
respond.
And I call them the keyboard warriors too. They're always like
Yeah.
on their keyboards,
Yes.
you know, and all this stuff. And it's just like, what are you doing? Why are you wasting your time? You do you, and you don't worry about the rest of the people around you doing themselves as far as
Correct.
their life and their choices.
Correct. And then social media is out there, and
Well, people
uh
are using it as a way to
engage, like you said.
engage.
Yeah, but not in a
It's
good way
engaging.
sometimes. Yeah.
No, it's like picking fights.
Yeah, there's no reason for that.
I have
Like,
no interest. I don't have the energy. I got
no.
bigger fish to fry. So,
Yeah.
you know, she posted this. Um, People can find out their own truth. We're all adults. We're not new. This is not our first rodeo.
Right. And you're not the teacher to have to look up everything to tell them
Correct. You're not,
what the truth is.
and I see
So
her jump on many political posts. Doesn't
I'm
matter who it
not,
is.
yeah, I'm not, I try not to open that subject because
Well,
religion and politics are two subjects that I will say,
and that's
we're
what
not
my
opening that
parents,
up.
one thing they agreed on is you never discuss politics, you never discuss religion because they're personal. You
Yes.
upset people, and you really don't have a right to upset people, even though you think you kind of do.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, I'm telling them the facts. I'm teaching them. No, you're not.
You're just talking. You don't need
You
to
just,
teach them
well,
anything. You're
it's
not the
like,
teacher of them.
what are you looking for out of it for yourself? Because you're
Right.
not. I'm 51 years old. I have my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and you're not going to change them.
No,
I can have
exactly.
an experience or something could happen. It can change something for myself, but that's for me to decide, not
Yeah.
for anyone else. So this
Yeah.
is why I don't do this stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
That's funny that you mentioned
it's,
that because I
yeah,
have a family member who thinks that she knows everything and she has to teach everybody everything.
yeah,
And today when I was having my interview and stuff with the news, uh After I was done, she was like, "Oh, you just threw your country under the bus." How did I throw my country under the bus? I love my country and where I came from. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, and then if you have your own opinion, oh, forget it.
I know,
Why
right?
should you even have an opinion? How dare you?
You're not allowed.
No, you're not allowed. How dare you? And why don't you agree with me?
Yeah.
Didn't you know what they did to our people? Didn't you
Yeah.
know what? Okay, well, you know what? This has been going on forever. So just, I
You
didn't
know,
say anything
the
that threw
important
anything under the
thing
bus.
is your family and their safety is really what it
That's
boils down
it.
to. You
That's
cannot
it.
control a war. You cannot
No,
control what's going to happen. And that's
no,
the thing is I think people when they get on social media, they're like, "Oh, I'm going to teach them, or I'm going to educate them." You can't control other people.
no, you can't.
So
You
you've
can't.
got to learn to stop doing that and find
And
peace
people have a right
for
to post
yourself.
whatever they want.
That's right. And you can
If
keep
you don't,
scrolling.
that's it. If you don't agree with it, just keep on going.
Don't look for a fight. Don't look for, I'm educating people. Okay,
Right.
sure.
Don't
No.
look for a teaching mode. You're not in
Yeah.
teacher mode right now.
You know. Someone else wrote that I'm super weirdly introverted and it's hard for me to be outgoing and do things unless it is within my main friend group. I have lots of people I do hang out with, but I have a hard time asking them to do things because in my head I feel like I'm not cool enough, or if they wanted to hang out, they would ask. So since they don't want to hang out. When I meet new people and they are outgoing, it helps me a bunch. It is so stupid, but I can't bring myself to change. It is hard. Well, yes, change is hard.
Yes.
Um, but reach out. If you want to go to a movie, just reach out to someone and say, "Hey, do you feel like a movie this Friday?" Give them a few days notice, see what you get, or this Saturday, or sometime this weekend if you're available. Depending on your availability, and
Yeah,
just
and
do
you'll
a
be
little reach out,
surprised.
and you might be surprised.
Yeah,
They
and
may
don't
be
get your
thinking,
hopes up. Just leave it as
well,
like a neutral thing.
they may be thinking the same thing,
Exactly. Exactly.
which is this is what women do to ourselves.
Yeah. That's because there's no communication sometimes, and
Yeah,
you need to talk to each other.
you know.
That's the only way.
Um, and also by the same token, I mean, are they doing things with other people? Did the other
Hmm.
people initiate it? So, I get it too. Like if you see someone that you like to do stuff with, but they're doing stuff with other people all the time, and you're just like, well, they're not making time for me or extra time for me, when they could,
Correct. Yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
making an excuse, it's just like, okay,
Hmm.
I got the hint, so this is what women do,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely. Sometimes being
we,
an introvert is okay, but as long as it's not, taken in a negative manner or in a
yeah,
negative way. But yeah, like you said, just hey, give them a shot. You never know, you might be surprised
yeah,
of what their answer is going to be.
or they
So,
may say, I can't this weekend, but I'm available next weekend to do something.
yeah, that's right.
you know.
That's right.
Someone else wrote how sweet and loving I am.
What is that? Maybe because she's a bitch every day or a jerk every day? I have no idea.
Well, she went to school with us, and I think that she had a reputation then. I
Oh, so
really
she
don't.
got stereotyped.
Yeah, you know how
Hmm.
that is.
Yeah.
You
Well, it's
know.
high school, of course.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't hang out with her, but she was always friendly to me. So I mean, I don't have a problem with her. So I, and it's just like me. I come across as tough or whatever. Well, some of that's defense mechanism. Some of that is you aren't going to take advantage of me, and some of that is I
Hmm.
just don't care what you think. But
A
depends on the
little bit of
day.
everything. A little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
but I don't watch sad movies, especially if it involves dogs and anything happening to them,
Yeah.
and because I will cry at the drop of a hat, and I'm very emotional.
Yeah.
So it's not always what we put out there. People
Yeah,
perceive
that's
things.
true. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Don't they always say don't
um
judge a book by its cover, right?
That's right. They do.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things for people. I try to help out, and I don't say anything about it because it's just I don't like that kind of attention.
Yeah, there's no need. When you do things
No,
out of the goodness of your heart, you don't need to bring it in front of people's faces. That's how I
no.
believe as well.
Yeah.
That's how I
So,
believe as well. So,
so others wrote everything. Someone else wrote that I'm actually fragile. I get broken down with words so easily. Well, I get that. If someone
hmm,
shocks you with something they say, it can shake you to your core and catch you off guard. And,
absolutely.
words are harsh. So,
They are. You can't take them back once you let them off your tongue. That's it.
No, that's it. They will always be there. That person will always remember what you said.
Yeah.
Leaves a mark.
Yes.
I crave real connection, and I'll do anything for someone I love once they love me back.
It could be a good and bad thing.
I was just going to say there's good and bad to that. That's like,
Yeah,
well,
because
I'll
I've
just see if they
experienced
love
that.
me, and I'll just
Yeah.
decide from there.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you either care for the person or you don't, and it's either reciprocated or it's not.
Right. And usually you do things because you want to do it for them, not because if they love you or not love you. So I hope they love you. I mean, if you're going to go all out to do something for someone, you would think you would have that connection from the beginning, but it doesn't always happen that way.
That I would want to be left alone.
Yes, I like that one.
I know, right? It's a fave.
Yes.
That I'm actually a halfway decent writer, and that I am more than just a weird pansexual autistic dude.
Okay.
Yeah, not really sure what to say to that.
Yeah, well, that's a hard-hitting one because when you're autistic, sometimes that's all the people see. All the people see will just see your diagnosis.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
You're autistic?
You're labeling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're labeling.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a tough one.
And everyone nowadays in the U.S. has to label everyone.
Oh my God, don't they?
If you get pregnant and you miscarry, your next baby's a rainbow baby.
Exactly.
What does rainbow have to do with it? When I miscarried, it wasn't a term.
No.
Why does everything have to have a name and a label?
I don't know.
What does it have to do with anything?
Humans create that.
Well, humans create their own problems.
And that's what it is. That's why they do that.
I mean, good grief. I mean, everyone has to have a label, and they have to have this, and they have to have that. And I don't know. I don't know. That I want peace and quiet surrounding. Well, don't we all, sister?
Oh my gosh. Hallelujah to that.
Yeah.
You said it.
No other words needed. That I really care, someone wrote. That's true too, because sometimes people don't think you care if you're just trying to protect yourself.
Yes, that's right.
By coming across as kind of tough.
Yeah.
Yep, I laugh it off as a joke, and then when I'm alone at home, it's all I think about. I get told I'm sensitive all the time, and I agree. I am very sensitive. I'm working on standing up for myself. So I'm assuming she means that someone will say something to her, and it's supposed to be a joke, and she's not taking it that way, or she feels hurt and injured, and she feels like she needs to stand up for herself, which she should do. She should say, I didn't find it funny. I felt a little attacked. Something.
Absolutely.
Or you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm not listening to your shit.
You say that's correct. Yeah, that's right.
Someone wrote the truth. So I'm assuming there's something that's going on that, people like that negative stuff.
I know they do, don't they?
They feed off of it.
They do.
I'm very outgoing when I'm in a small group, but in bigger groups, I'm happy to just sit back and let things happen around me. Same when I'm traveling. Sometimes I just want to sit back and appreciate the moment. Throws off people who I've only hung out with one-on-one or who have known me for a short time. They assume I'm just pissed off or something.
She just kind of wants to be left alone and just let things play out.
And wants to
play out the way they play out
people
the way
watching
they may.
Is great.
It is. I've done it myself a lot of times, actually.
Me too. That I'm actually love being an SAHM, and my husband doesn't force me one way or another. I love it, and it's something I hope to be able to do as long as my kids need me.
SAHM.
And they were in capital letters, so let's look that up. I didn't get to look it up. SAHM. Oh, a stay-at-home mother.
Okay. Oh, here we go. That's another label. I didn't know that.
Well, you're just like, I'm stay-at-home mom. Yeah, now we're coming up with abbreviations for everything, I guess. I don't know. Nothing. I wish they knew nothing about me.
Oh, well, then maybe Excuse me, maybe they've have loose lips and they've told everybody everything about them already.
Maybe,
Or
you
people
know.
just found out.
I mean, you know how people are.
Yeah.
They like that drama. They feed
Petty,
off of it.
petty, petty people.
Yeah.
Petty.
I don't care what you think about me.
Yeah. I think I've reached to that
Oh,
almost there.
I'm
Almost
definitely
completely there.
I've reached that point. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever. I know me. I don't need you to know me. If you're not a part of my inner circle, you don't. It
Well,
doesn't
and
matter.
that's the thing, because you're comfortable with yourself and that's how
You
it
know
should be.
that the God complex is not in fact just for funsies.
The God complex is not
In
just
fact, for funsies.
okay. I don't know. I don't know about that one. How would you translate that one? I have no idea. I don't even know.
I don't know if they're saying like that they just believe in God so much that, some people just that's all they talk about and
Yeah, yeah.
try to convince others and whatnot
Right.
that are just like, I don't do that or I'm not into that or whatever. I don't know. I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, and they're saying it's not just for funsies. I'm assuming they're saying you better take it for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I get that. I was at work recently at the new clinic and trying to get that settled down and situated. And some guy gives me a little pamphlet. And I'm just like, we don't do that here. This is a medical clinic. We don't do politics and we don't do religion.
Right.
It's unprofessional.
Mhm.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, it's a
But we
job.
don't. We don't.
Yeah, well,
You're
it's
not
work.
supposed to.
Mhm.
We're not supposed to. And you're intruding on my
It's
space.
right. You're soliciting. You're not
You're
supposed to be
soliciting.
soliciting.
No, so I don't know really what they meant. So
Mhm.
that's all they said. So I'm
Well, I
assuming
mean,
it
that
has
kind of
something
makes
that they're like,
sense.
don't take it as a joke. It's not a joke.
Yeah, it's not a
So
joke. Yeah.
that I can't just fall asleep. You look like a ghoul because I have sleeping issues. So I'm assuming people tell her she looks like a ghoul. She has sleeping issues. And as a result, I have gotten terrible dark circles under my eyes. Well,
Mhm.
they make wonderful drugs nowadays for sleep
Oh, they
that when
do.
you take them and you sleep the length of time you're supposed to, you do not wake up feeling hungover, tired, or anything. For me, it
That's
was Ambien and Ambien CR. The difference is CR is time released. I started waking up on Ambien and then I was put on Ambien CR. And that is the bomb. Now, I don't have to take a whole Ambien. I can take a quarter of an Ambien and I'm done.
I've heard Ambien works great. My
Oh,
one of my cousins takes it and she said it's the best.
it's the best.
Yeah.
And if you don't have an addictive personality or any of that other stuff going on, you
It's not
sleep
going to
like a
affect you
baby.
like that.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I sleep like a baby, man. I mean, I haven't had it in 13, 14 years. I don't know how
Yeah.
long has my sister been gone? 16 years. So
Mhm.
I was on it for a few years. So after her
Yeah,
death.
no,
So
I heard
yeah,
it was the
so
best. Yeah.
it is the best. It's, if you need something to sleep, go talk to your doctor, dear, because you got to get some sleep.
Yeah, but I get
Um,
what she's saying too. Is it a
oh,
she?
people are,
We don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are
People are mean
mean.
and critical and
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on in someone's life. So just
No,
stop and be nice.
exactly.
You don't walk on water.
No. None of
Just
us do.
saying. No. That I'm actually in a lot of pain and really need help and companionship no matter how much I act like I don't need people. So I don't know what the pain is. I don't know if it's heartache pain or body
Yeah.
pain and causes heartache pain. I don't know what the
Or
pain
lonely
is.
pain.
Or
Yeah.
lonely pain. But if you need companionship, then you need to reach out to those that you feel like you can, or you need to start making friends.
Mhm.
You need to get out of your little box a little bit or get some therapy too. I don't know
Absolutely.
because I
Yeah.
don't know what kind of pain we're talking about. But,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. Um, it's no fun
Yeah.
to be in any kind of pain. So
Absolutely not. No. Go
mm.
get some help.
I'm secretly a great cook, but my specialty is cereal.
That's a funny one. I
I
like
like
that
that
one.
one. I know.
Yes.
Well, wait till the other one comes up.
Okay.
This is just a resting bitch face. I'm not mad, angry, or upset, just concentrating on what I'm doing. Well, sometimes we all have that look of what is happening.
Yes, I know. I know.
So this is the one that's tugs at the heart, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
It's
Sentimental.
not sentimental. It's not a good thing.
Oh, it's not a good thing. Okay.
It may be good for this person. I don't know what they're dealing with, but it's not a good thing.
Okay.
I've been approved for MAID, and MAID is all in caps, MAID, and then in parentheses, medically assisted suicide in Canada. And just have to pick a date. Outwardly, people wouldn't have any idea at all.
Oh, that is so sad. Wow, they
Mm.
can do that over there?
I apparently she applied
That I
for
didn't
it.
even know.
This person applied for it. They just have to pick their date. I would assume they're probably terminal. I don't know. Outwardly, you wouldn't know. Well, there's many people that are terminal. You don't know outwardly that they are.
Hmm.
There's many that are, and
Yeah.
you can tell by looking at it that they're really, really sick. And I don't really have anything to say to that. I think if you're sick and you're suffering, kind of like our animals, if
Yeah.
they're able to make that decision themselves, then that's their choice. So when you want to be able to make your choices about things, this goes in that boat.
Yeah.
May not be
Absolutely.
your choice,
But it's
but
their
it's not
choice.
it's not your choice to make at this time.
Correct.
So, you got to know your place when it
Or
comes to
your
choices.
opinion to have
Correct.
anything about it. Or
Correct.
try to switch somebody's head about it.
Correct. Yeah. So,
there has to be a reason why this person applied for that.
yeah, I don't know age, I don't know anything, and there are reasons for that. I know that there's 5 or 6 US states that you can
You can
request.
do that. Yeah.
Yes. I remember one story about a young, beautiful girl. She married the man of her dreams. They were so in love, and then things started to happen, and she had a brain tumor. She didn't even look like the same person at the end. And we're talking, it happened within a few years.
Yeah.
And she just would have these terrible seizures, and the horror on her husband and family's face. They were always wondering, was this it?
Right.
That, her and her whole family moved to a different state so she could apply while she was in her right mind and proved by the court and all that.
Of course.
To take the pills herself. She has to be able to take them themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And end it. And she did. They went to another state. They explored some things and did some things, made some memories, and then she was done.
Suffering. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
her,
she was terminal.
It was her family.
It was terminal, and she wasn't ever. It was only going to get worse. It was going to get the episodes were going to happen more often, and be harder.
Yeah,
so
and everybody's living on their emotions.
Yeah, and she's just like, to see the look of horror on my husband's face when I would come out of,
her seizures or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she'd had the brain surgery and she had treatments. And
sure, of course.
I mean, that's not living.
No.
And I find that more terrifying, not knowing when the end's going to end, than you deciding at that point. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. If it was me, I'm not going to live like that. That's not living.
No, and I agree with you on that one. If I'm down to that point, I'm done. Like, that's it.
But in Canada, apparently they have medically assisted suicide.
Yeah.
And I am so sorry. I don't know the circumstances.
Yeah, I am too. I just I wish we had a little more to go by, but maybe they don't want us to know either. So
but they told us that, so I was like, come on.
Yeah. Can you give us a little more?
Yeah. And just have to pick a date.
Oh, wow.
Just gave me goosebumps.
I know.
How do you pick a date?
Yeah. Your death date.
That's just messed up.
It is. It's messed up, but like you said, I mean, at the same time, like, they're probably suffering from something that we can't relate to.
Imagine.
Yeah. That we cannot relate to, and maybe the suffering for them is so much.
Was doing in his van.
Oh yeah, he was. I know.
I
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Each person has their own mind and their own way to want to leave this earth. Sometimes you get beat at it, where God takes you before it's your time, or you die before it's your time.
Yep.
But There's some people who just they don't want to suffer anymore, and
Yeah.
I'm on that train. Like, I'm not going to sit there and suffer
Well,
or make my
no.
family suffer
And all they
watching me.
do, like when you go to hospice and stuff, all they do is give you morphine, then they slowly increase it, which just helps end you sooner. It's
Well,
just a
it's
legal way of doing it
yes,
versus just let them take the pills and be done. That's all
yes,
that is.
yeah,
I told our one mutual friend that this last year or so with involving one of her family members. I'm like, just ask for an increase.
yeah, that's it.
I mean, they're going to give it to her. She's in pain and she's on her way out anyways. It's not like you're saying we want to increase it because we want to put her to sleep. Just ask for an increase. She seems uncomfortable,
Correct.
whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's all that morphine does for cancer patients. They just keep increasing it until they just go to sleep, man.
Well, yeah, and I mean, that's the
That's what it
best way to
is.
go. Yeah,
That's
they
what it
just kind
is.
of,
It's kind of the legal way of helping
yeah,
people go,
yeah. At least
you
it's
know?
peaceful.
Yeah, so just give me the morphine and let me be.
Yeah, seriously.
um, so I feel for that person. Man,
I don't know.
that
There's no
I'm,
words. I don't
there's no
have
words.
words.
I don't
So,
have words. That I'm not rude or just shy. That most of the time I just want to listen to you. That I'm actually just trying my best. There's a lot of us that are. Some
yeah.
aren't, but there's a lot of us that are. That I am trying my best and just a little slow at it sometimes. Well,
Mhm.
there are things we're all slow at. You just keep
Mhm.
going, keep plugging
Yeah.
away. It is
Yeah.
what it
And
is.
keep doing your best.
Just keep doing your best. Someone wrote, "I love goth chicks."
Okay. That's a new turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there's a lot more to that stupid joke I made. So I'm just kind of a vague.
It is
Um,
vague, but
I
maybe
don't
there's
know.
some reality to some of the jokes that they make rather than just being, I guess, the clown
Sincere,
in the group.
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe they're just making those jokes because they think everybody will laugh, but deep down inside, it's really not a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
So, yeah.
I'm not stuck up. I'm shy.
Yeah, that can be confused sometimes.
Yeah, it can be.
And same thing with the resting bitch face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I'm extremely depressed, and the only one keeping me sane is my cat. I'm not suicidal or something. I'm too much of a people pleaser and empath, so I would never do that to my family. How much it hurts that people always assume I'm an angry, aggressive B word. I know my sad face looks like an angry face, but I'm one of the nicest people you can meet, and I'm pretty sure I would take a bullet to save a stranger. And that was already before my depression. People misjudge me all my life, spread lies about me, while all I want to do is make friends and help people.
Well, I think there's two parts to that. The first part would be if you're depressed, I hope that you're getting the help that you need. I hope that you're getting some kind of therapy, some kind of medication that will help you to possibly pull yourself out of it, um, or learn to deal with it in a more positive way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is sounds like they were bullied a lot for,
Probably.
yeah, yeah, because if they're,
And see, what people don't realize is when you're picking on someone because of their clothes
mhm,
or their hairstyle or whatever, you don't realize what you're doing to them mentally.
correct.
And you need to remember there's always a bigger bully in the world. So, what I find interesting to some of the people that were kind of bitches in school or bullied people in school, that now that they're older, one has actually said, if I ever did anything to you in school, I apologize. I'm like, well, no, I had too many guy friends and they would have just pummeled you anyway. So,
Yeah, right.
you know, you know, but you're not superior.
No,
So
when
when
we
you
were in
sit
high
there and
school,
you dress like some hot chick and you're like, look at me in my name
yeah,
brand clothes, and then I'm sorry, um, you're now 50, you're not necessarily that same hot chick. Reality sets
exactly.
in.
Yeah.
And at some point, someone in your life, I'm sure a bigger bully has come along to put you in your place. There's always a bigger bully. And
Oh,
sometimes you needed
absolutely.
to know where your place is in society, you
Absolutely.
know.
I mean, in high school, when we were in high school, there were some bullies, that I heard along the way. But to be honest with you, I don't think I ever paid them much attention.
I
I just
didn't.
kept going. I didn't really care, to be honest, because I always felt they weren't in my friends group, so why should I care?
Yeah.
And I just kept going and move on. Like you said, bullies will be bullies, but there's always a bigger one.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's always a bigger one. Um, let's see. Yeah, I'm not a bitch despite my resting bitch face.
Yeah, that's a big one. How many of those have we gotten so far? Like two or three?
3 or 4 actually.
Yeah.
Um, I'm just
Have a
awkward and have resting asshole face. I'm not actually an asshole though, but usually. Then they put in parentheses, usually.
Usually, yeah, well.
Then I'm trying, although I appear nonchalant, I just don't want to appear into it, just in case nothing fruitful happens. I'm tired of disappointing people. Well, dear, as long as you're trying, and you don't need to worry about disappointing people, you need to do what's best for you and what makes you happy. You don't really have to worry about
Absolutely.
making everyone else happy. They're not living your
No,
life.
no.
And that's
You're
read the
not
book
here
No
for them.
Codependency.
Yeah,
Trying to
you're not
stop
here for
controlling
them.
others. It's about, people pleasing and, all that stuff. I'm actually enjoying it because I'm like, good God, it's hitting the nail on the head in so many ways. So,
Yes.
Yeah, it just, I don't know.
Well, yeah, don't worry so much about what other people think or try to please them. You do you.
Yep.
And if you're trying to be a better person, then have at it.
I don't know how to say it, that I'm lonely and I'm tired of not having people to do stuff with, doing everything I'd want to do with a friend by myself, or that I want someone to care about me the way I care about them. I long for connection and just can't seem to find it.
Well, I'm right there with her. It's the
It's
same
hard.
kind of, it's hard
Yeah.
out here. Yeah, it's hard. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy.
I
I'm a
yearn
lot
for
deep.
that too, but
Well,
you know,
if you get a few good close girlfriends, you find a lot of value in that.
you do. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a lot deeper than I let on. That if I see your outward kindness and patience towards anyone, I will automatically think highly of you. That all bluster and need to that doesn't make sense. Um the need to show up others and general arrogance will automatically make me think poorly of you. Their wording's a little weird. Bluster and need to
Show up.
say
Yeah, need to show
I
up.
think they
So,
missed a few words because it
yeah.
not doesn't flow right. And that I long for deep and genuine human connection, whether it be a conversation of any kind, companionship, or pleasant human touch of any kind. I want to love others for who they are and be loved for who I am.
What I gather from that is like uh they don't want people that like to show off
Yeah,
just to
if you
make
do
other
something, be
people.
sincere, be
Yes,
real.
correct.
Don't do it because I look better than you and
Correct.
I
Yes.
did this and I helped you and you need to pat
Right.
me on the back. And
Yes.
yeah, there's a lot of that in the world too.
Yeah,
That
there
I
is.
spent my whole life putting out fires that I didn't create. So it's hard for me to focus on myself. And even if I do, it just doesn't last very long. Well, I can relate to that.
Yeah, I know.
you
Definitely.
know,
It's hard to focus on
Fixing
yourself when
everyone
there's,
else's shit show, it gets
yeah,
old.
so many other things.
Yeah, I
But you
am
do
not.
have to take time out, though. You have to remind them you
Yeah,
do have to
you
take
do.
time out for yourself. So,
I am not that strong. I cried and I got hurt so easily.
yeah.
Well, we all have those moments. We are all not as strong as we like to portray or try to come across as.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that's a defense,
Mechanism. Yeah.
self-preservation type
Yeah.
thing. So
Definitely.
absolutely nothing. I want to be like tabula rasa.
Tabula rasa.
I don't know what that is.
Hmm.
No idea what that is.
Are you looking it up?
I can.
Taboo.
It's Tabula. Rasa. It's
Oh, I see
Latin
it. It is.
for blank slate.
Yep. Blank slate. Yep. I just found it. There you go.
There you go. Um, I don't like being forced into the spotlight. If I go, would rather it be on my own terms. Well, yeah, I don't like attention. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I went to karaoke with my friend Laura the other night for her birthday. We were hoping it was dueling piano night. It was not. Neither one of us
Oh.
looked it up, so it was karaoke. And she's like, "You could get up there with me, just be my backup girl." I'm like, "No, never. Not enough rum in the world."
Right?
I'm good in the chair, but I will video you. She's like, "No, never
The,
mind."
yeah. We're not going to do it.
Yeah. That I've been broke so long, spread so thin, like too little butter on a big piece of bread for so many years, that it's my children alone that prevent me from ending my life every day.
Oh, wow. That's serious.
That's not one of the ones I wrote down, so I didn't make it to it. I had so many that
Yeah. Yeah. That's a rough one. She definitely needs to get
I
some
have no
help.
idea if it's a he or she. I'm going to assume it's a she,
Yeah.
because we tend to stay and do things for our kids typically.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, there's
So
nothing I wouldn't do for my kid, but I don't think I would get to the point where I would spread myself so thin that I lose myself in the process.
yeah.
So, maybe she should, delegate some things out, like step back a little bit. Maybe you don't have to do everything all the time.
Well, and I think that's a lot that we suffer from. I do it too here.
Yeah.
I work all day. I come home. I put out fires. I deal with people's crap and their whateverness. It's ridiculous. And I vacuum and I mop and I clean and I do laundry.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I sit down at night, it's 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, and I get a little bit of quiet time to myself. And then I got to do it again the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. So you don't get much time to check yourself, I guess, to make sure you're okay. It's very
Yes.
difficult.
So when I post pictures online, people are like, "Oh, she's out again. She's out again." Well, we go out every 3 weeks, Danny and I.
Yeah.
I go out with Laura
So
even
what? You can.
less. Well, that's the thing. I go out with Danny Laura even less because
Mhm.
she's got her horses and she has a separate life now. She's not across the
Mhm.
street. We used to do everything together. Um, People are like, "Oh, you're always posting drinks." I post a drink once every 3 weeks. If I go out and have a rum and coke on a Tuesday, um,
So what?
with my Mexican food, so what? But
Yeah.
there are times I don't even finish those drinks, So no, I'm not really the lush.
No, but it's none of anybody's business. Go out and have fun
Correct.
and
It's
enjoy
no
your
one's
life.
business,
No,
right?
it's no one's business.
Now,
Oh,
for the
what's the
people
matter? Are
who
you drinking too
party
much?
every week, you know, you watch them and leave me alone.
Right, exactly.
Someone wrote everything. They want people to know everything
To know
about them.
everything. Yeah. I don't want people to know everything about me. I
Right?
don't think so.
I
I
don't
think
want
I like
everyone in my
to,
business.
yeah, I think I'd like to take some of those secrets to my grave.
Oh, Pascal, we need to chat.
Well, not that I have a lot of secrets, but
Mm,
like some things you just don't tell everybody. You just kind of keep them for you. They're your own personal private things,
yeah.
you know. They could be the smallest little tiny thing to the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But I'll keep it to myself, thank you.
Right.
Yeah. People don't
So
need to know everything about me. I can be an open book sometimes, but I'm not an
I'm an
open
open
book
book to
for
certain people,
everybody.
but I am not an
Yes.
open book for everybody. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Only some people.
Yeah, just not.
One of them is you. But
Oh,
other than that,
yeah, no. I just
like,
and same.
yeah,
I just don't.
no.
You know.
And the
It's
reason
one
is because
thing. Go on.
sometimes when I talk to you or you talk to me, we have that connection where we're helping each other rather than putting each other in a position where, like, if you ask me something, you're not asking me because you are demanding an answer from me, or you want to know. You're asking just to make sure I'm okay,
Mm-hmm.
or you're asking, other things. But when I when I talk to you, I could tell you from me, it makes me feel more relaxed and at ease.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
There are times I want to call you and I'm like, oh, she's working. She's at that restaurant. Last thing she needs me is yammering in her ear because she's busy. But I got shit to say.
Yeah. Hey, you can call me anytime. I do have an
You know,
earpiece.
you know. But yeah, you know what? Not everything's everyone's business. If that was the
No,
case, everyone would be deep, close friends. It doesn't work like that. And
no.
I don't want to be the talk of everyone's town, or their back patio or wherever they're
Well,
hanging
because
out
that's
nowadays.
what'll happen. Yeah.
That's what will happen. I kept a lot of things in high school, what went on with my family a secret, with the alcoholism stuff. First of all, it was embarrassing. I didn't want everyone to be talking about me. Her parents are going through a divorce. Da, da, da. Just
Right.
move along, And I just didn't want all that kind of attention. And I
Mm-mm.
didn't want the sympathy that came with it. And I didn't want any of that. So if you were a friend and you were a sincere friend, then you were. And if you weren't, you weren't. Not
Yeah.
based on what you knew about me,
Right. Exactly.
and I I have no desire to share my everything with everyone. And when I share something, I'm looking for support, not a lecture of what you think I should do when you don't do it
Exactly.
yourself in your own life.
Correct.
Correct, right? I'm telling you.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm looking
absolutely.
for just someone to listen and to reassure me I'm not necessarily crazy in that
Yes,
sense.
exactly.
And,
Exactly.
just looking for the support and
Or
just
just
a
somebody to
place to
cry with
vent.
me if I'm
Yeah,
crying, just
vent.
somebody to support me. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
I mean, we can sit here and say, well, you should do this, you should do that. Well, I know what I should do, what I need to do, what I'm
Right.
working on. I
I
don't
just want
need
to
you.
vent.
I just want to vent. I don't need you to tell me what you think I should do
Yeah.
or that I don't know. I don't have sense enough to know. I do. I actually have
Yeah.
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I know a lot of things. It's just getting it all together.
Absolutely. Yeah,
I'm
I
closer
agree.
than I've ever been.
Good. Good.
So likewise, I don't want everyone to know everything about me. I'm looking for support,
Yeah.
to let me know I'm not crazy, that it's okay to have these feelings.
Right. And maybe you just want to get it off your chest. Like
Yes,
sometimes you don't want to hold those things in every day, in and out, in and out, in and out, because then they're gonna drive you crazy.
they will drive you crazy. And us
Yeah.
women are social creatures
Yes.
and we share.
Yeah.
You can call it gossiping, but it's also sharing,
It is. Yeah.
and it's,
And I don't share
something.
with everybody.
No,
I just don't, because not all women are out there for your benefit.
correct.
So, people could use them against you, whatever you share. People can
Hmm.
say what they want. Not that I give a crap, because I don't give a crap. You could say whatever you want about me. I could care less. But
Well,
at
why
the
are they
same
talking
time,
about you? Who cares?
yeah, who cares?
You have
Exactly. Who
nothing else to
cares?
do. You have to go talk
Well,
about
and
it.
then somebody was the other day was saying, "Oh, well, they're talking about you and I know," and blah. I said, "You know what? I'm glad they are. I'm glad they're talking about me, because that means that I have a place in their life, but they
Yes.
don't have a place in mine. And
Yes.
I'm not talking about them, and I don't need to talk about them. No
Yes.
matter how dirty they did me, or how bad it is, or how whatever, I don't care anymore about all that
Correct.
stuff. Life is
Yeah.
too short. I've seen death so many times in the last 5 years that
Yeah. It's not
I
worth the stupid shit that goes on.
life is
Don't waste your
precious.
life. Don't waste your
Yes,
life on other people and other things that you cannot
correct.
control. It's that
Yes.
simple. And
Yeah.
until you get out of that mindset of you thinking you can fix it or help it or make it better,
Mhm.
you're gonna keep doing that vicious cycle, and that's on
Yeah.
you. When you know
Yeah.
better, it's on you.
Yeah.
I know better about certain things. It's on me.
Yeah.
I know that. So I don't need you to tell me that. I need you just to support me so I can keep moving forward and I don't feel insane.
That's it. And you don't have to tell everybody everything about you, or want people to know everything about you. It's up to you if you do. If you
Yeah,
choose that route, then that's your route that you chose, and nobody should
correct.
judge it. But if you want to keep things to yourself, that's also correct too. So,
Yep. So,
to each his own.
correct. And you know
Yeah.
what? I wish you were here. I have the urge to go shopping. Let's go shopping.
Oh my gosh, I know. Let's do it. I love shopping.
I got double paid this week. I got my paycheck from my new job,
Nice.
and I got my final severance check from DCMG.
Mhm.
Bittersweet. I'll never see that as a deposit again.
Mhm.
Um, I know they're just words, but nonetheless, on my
Yeah.
bank statement, it
Yeah.
was a huge part of my life,
Yeah.
and the people I met there and stuff. So, um, yeah.
Of
So
course.
we need to, if you were here, we would have gone to the mall tonight to International. We would have bought something. We'd had a nice dinner.
Oh, yes. Don't worry, we shall.
you know, you
We
know.
will. We will.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, so that was tonight's topic.
That was a great
Um,
topic. I like that topic actually. That kind of opens up people's minds
huge
to actually
dialogue.
think, yes,
Some things I could
actually
have.
think, what do you want people to know about you? Like,
Yeah,
if, I don't know, nothing. I don't want nothing, nothing, nothing,
right.
nothing.
I
No,
want you
but
to know that if you are in my inner circle and I care about you, I sincerely care about you. If
oh,
you treat
same.
me poorly or stab me in the back, it's a switch for me
Yeah,
and I can flip it off and that's it. It's
yes.
done.
I'm right there with you. I'm right
I
there with
am
you.
no longer tolerating.
That behavior, no,
I,
I'm not.
I've tolerated a lot of it through the years, and I always mentally talk myself out of the other things I'm thinking, and it's a vicious cycle,
It
and you can
is.
only cycle so many times, and I don't know, I wasn't hanging on for anything different or spectacular because nothing different or
Mm-hmm.
spectacular happened. So, it's,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is what it is.
you know,
That's it. Yeah.
so
Well, we appreciate every one of you that is listening to us. And this is our 51st episode now.
it is our 51st.
Yes. Maybe we'll do a shebang on the 60th. How about that? Let's
We'll have to
plan
do
on that.
something. We need
Because
to.
now we're getting back on the roll of
We're
things
trying to
again.
get back on the roll, but there's
Yeah.
a storm coming. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
watched the
know.
news. I'm just
I
seeing
know.
people's posts, so I better turn on the news and see what's happening. Just,
Yeah.
if I need to stay
Yeah.
or leave or what. But anyways,
Yeah.
I don't really
Yeah.
know.
So,
But
but yeah, we
we've had some
appreciate it.
life changes,
Mm-hmm.
you, me, and just getting through the little bumps of it,
Yeah.
and trying to get back on the schedule,
Yes.
and move forward,
Yeah,
and
well, so far we're doing a good job, I think. So,
couple weeks in a row now, so we're
couple
back to
weeks.
it. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, we're
so
back on it. If you guys want to leave us any comments, leave them down below and Char will get back to you. Also, we do have an email and she'll give you all that information as well. But thank you and we appreciate it. And to everyone that was hit by the hurricane, I hope you guys gather your life together, as soon as possible. It may take a little bit of time, but don't give up. Don't ever give up. I'll turn it over to you.
correct. So for the email, it's girlfriendminute23@gmail.com. And you can find us on Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Apple, Google, Pandora, TuneIn, iHeart, Deezer. We are TikToking, we are Instagramming, we are Facebooking, we are YouTubing, we're on Patreon. Is that it?
Yes, you hit them all. I keep
Surprise, I
bouncing my
did.
head over and over with you doing it.
My
Yeah,
brain hurts the last few weeks, so it's been a long few weeks. So
I know,
yeah,
but you got them down. You got them
yeah,
pat
I got
down.
them
Yeah,
down. So for all my Florida friends and family, be safe. There's another storm coming. I don't know where it's heading. I guess I should go turn on the news. I do not watch the news. I do
yeah,
not do the political thing, and I only watch the
mm,
news as needed. So I guess I need to. I
yeah.
guess there's something
Same
out
with
there,
me. Yeah,
and so I better take a looky see. And
keep an eye on
anyways,
it.
just yeah, well, it's I'm so used to not worrying about it that now it's
Yeah,
like, oh, maybe I should take a closer look. So,
yeah. Well,
you know,
I looked at it earlier and they deemed it as coming at a certain way and then kind of veering off to the west. But who knows? They can say
it's
whatever
early
they
still.
want.
It's
Yeah,
still
they could say
early.
whatever they want. So
Yeah, the
nobody
reality
can
is,
predict it. Yeah.
yeah. So, you kind
Yeah,
of have to be prepared because it is that time of year.
it is.
So,
Yeah.
for us here. So,
Yeah.
until, December 1st.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah,
that is
well,
what it is.
it
We
is.
live in
That's it.
Florida. If
Yeah.
you can't handle it, I can show you the exit. Just saying.
There's a
Us
couple of them.
Floridians
Yeah.
like some
Oh,
space.
there. Yes. Well, there's a lot of people moving over here to Pennsylvania too. So I don't know. We're getting a little crowded. Cars
Yeah.
on the highway have been like bumper to bumper. Like
Mm,
it's more so than any other year that I've ever seen it. So,
that's
but
crazy.
it is.
So
Yeah.
you're not going to run from nature. It's going to happen wherever it's going to happen.
That's true.
If that's what you're
Definitely.
trying to do from there, I don't know what you're doing, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, always a pleasure.
always a
Um,
pleasure, my dear.
Yep. Hope you have a great day tomorrow. And
It's hair
over and
day.
out. It is hair day.
Yes, you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will talk with you later.
All right. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.